And that's back on. Scroll this down. Oh, let me see. Oh, yeah. Scroll this down. Stop. Recording stopped. Close this out. Scroll this down. Swipe this over. And record. 3, 2, 1. And we're live. And it is now Tuesday, February 16th, 2021 at 12:10 a.m. 12:10 a.m., Tuesday, February 16th, 2021. I am still Stephen Brooker. I am still recordings of the recordings, and recording myself make recordings of the recordings. So, like I said, the original copies is this and the phone. And to get copies for the attorney, which is required of me by law to turn in the evidence, I'm making copies of the originals. And to further prove that they are relevant, established in the correct manner as the proper chain of custody, I'm recording myself make copies of the originals for the attorney. As me recording myself make the copies, these copies of the originals, just further cements and proves the fact that they are established, they have been held in the proper chain of custody, and that they're very relevant to the case. Okay, let's continue on. And this was his urologist appointment that I had his urethra fixed. The first visit that ever happened that I agreed to let her at my mom's, that my mom supervised, that she was introduced as girl before she came here November 10th. The first visit that she seen them after 32 weeks, he came back with a scratched urethra that his urethra was sealed shut. Again, she leaves, dips out, has nothing to do with him. I have to take him to surgery to fix his pee hole. Right. 90% of his pee hole was closed, leaving only 10% at the top open. I took him to surgery and fixed his pee hole. His urethra is fixed to where 10% at the bottom is closed and 90% is open. I did it. His sister went with me. You didn't. You was nowhere around. You caused the problem. It happened on your watch. But who fixed it? Me. I'm the one that has been here. I'm the one that has invested my time, money, energy, resources, love, caring, tenderness, heart, nurturing. I'm the one that has done all of these medical things. You have not done one medical procedure to help them, have fixed nothing, ever, in their lives. You've never been here for a medical procedure of any point of fixing, let alone the surgery on his head when they cut the tumor out. You have no idea of nothing. You have no information. And this was their pre-op checkup for their surgeries. And right here it is. Filed July 17th, 2014, Nancy S. Reinbold, Stark County Clerk of Courts. Judge Howard is an agreed entry for myself and you. You signed your rights away to this girl. All the way back in 2014. She was 7 months old when this paper right in my hand I received as full custodial parent and singular custodial parent. You have never had any rights to her since this day you signed this paper. Right here is your signature Right here is the signature of my attorney at the time that filed this. This is your signature that you signed your rights away to that girl. And you've never had a right. Not before, not now, and you never will. The parties, by affixing their signatures below, hereby consent and agree to the following. 1. The plaintiff, Stephen Michael Brooker, shall have residential custody and control over the minor child, Freedom K. Brooker. Date of birth, irrelevant. Effective immediately. The defendant, Heather Ann Seabolt, shall have no parenting time with the minor child until it is further ordered of the court. Child support shall be at $0 as the father's source of income is Social Security and the mother is unemployed. The mother with zero income, thus deviation is warranted. Any support ordered would be unjust and inappropriate and not in the best interest of the child, and not in the child's best interest. The minor child is currently covered under the state Medicaid program. All non-covered expenses shall be covered by the mother 100%, which we know is always going to be 0. And the defendant, Heather Ann Seabolt, shall be entitled to claim the minor, Freedom K. Brooker, date not relevant, as tax exemption for local and state and federal purposes wherever applicable. It is so ordered and signed by the judge. And on the page behind is your signature. You have never had rights to her. You signed your way any rights that you could have had to her. You didn't file the paperwork that I did in this gaining rights to her, and you never have done that. And you never will. And like I said, that was filed July 17th, 2014. So, this is also the pre-surgery checkup. Yeah, and this is more of the speech therapy stuff. When it was time to do the speech therapy, I first had to go get him hearing tests done. So the initial reason why it didn't really happen is it's made so difficult to do that I had to jump through hoops and climb ladders just to make it happen, which I did. This is when I took him to their hearing tests that they both passed, that you went to with me at Akron Children's when you fell down the escalator. And you almost pulled her down the escalator. I had to reach back behind me, grab her from stopping you from pulling her down, tell you, let go of her. As you finished tumbling backwards on the escalator as it's going up, I prevented her from falling down with you as you was pulling her down. And then when we got to the top, as you rode up on your butt, you popped off and rolled over and pushed yourself up. What's wrong with you? So yeah, just the same. When I went to their speech therapy, they both had an evaluation. And the evaluation said that they both needed speech therapy. Oh, okay, that's obvious. But to do the speech therapy part, there was another portion of other stuff. After I signed up with them, I had to go and do the hearing test. After the hearing test, they had to have the screening. After the screening, they was allowed to go, but when they went, if I missed a date, one date, then they wouldn't have taken me back. So I was waiting until I was in a position to where after we went the initial time that I didn't miss any appointments so that we didn't get kicked out. And in which case, just the same, by the time that any of that happened, Frida was in school. She was learning from her teacher every day. She was surrounded by other teachers every day. She heard the 24,000 words a day. And after, minus the, 11 weeks of school not even being finished, during the time that she spent in school for, the third grading period wasn't even finished. It was 2 weeks short. So she completed 2 9-week periods. It was complete. But she learned and picked up from being around women that talk more, and teachers, and principal, you know what I mean? And so, either way, anyway. Also, Freedom had speech therapy in school. When she was in school, she took speech therapy in school. Granted, the government shut the school down for CV-19, and they didn't do the last 9 weeks, and they didn't finish the last 2 weeks of the third 9-week grading period. But short of the government shutting the school down for CV-19, she did have speech therapy in school. And just the school closed because the government shut it down for CV-19. And then also, just the same, this year, when Honor would have been going to school, he would have taken speech therapy at school. But guess what? The government isn't offering school. They're offering virtual remote learning. They're offering virtual remote learning in school, but they're not offering school. They're offering school with your face covered in a mask, but they're not offering school with no masks like there was in, every other year before last year of all of our lives in existence. So it's really just the same. Honor would be in speech therapy in school this year. But the government can't make school safe for kids to go to this year. So don't hold me accountable and responsible for something that the government themselves can't even make safe for children to attend. Or he would be in speech therapy just like his sister was last year. She can talk just fine. She can understand just fine. I understand her. She understands me. And it's still just been me for most of the time with my 6,000 words a day. And not counting the abandonment that you put on her 3 times that made her mentally shut down and not want to talk. We won't talk about that. And yeah, Freedom's surgeon was Dr. Hong, and Honor's was Dr. Aronomalite, however it's pronounced. That was Honor's, and Freedom's was Dr. Hong. Hers was January 17th, 2019, and his was January 18th, 2019. And you had the chance to be here for both of these, and you chose not to. You chose to abandon them. On December 18th, 2018, a month before this, you specifically came here to take them to these appointments as part of what you came here for. And you left when you found out you wasn't getting what you really wanted, which was me. So, this is a card from Rosemary Diamond. That was a very special woman. Just the same, I don't know how she talks to, speaks to, professional she is, treats other people, but she didn't treat me very good. She was very disrespectful, very, very rude to me. And at the time that when the mother dropped the case from the paper that I showed you, I got a text message from an unknown number, a personal cell phone of somebody that wasn't programmed into my thing that said, "Mother canceled all visits." Who is this? Oh, this is Rosemary Diamond. Oh, okay, thanks. Like, you're going to text somebody without introducing yourself. You're going to text somebody saying mother canceled all visits when I'm supposed to be showing up for a visit. I got all this stuff going on I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm forced and controlled in the middle of it by her manipulating the courts to make me take my children, and in the middle of it, she cancels all the visits. She's not reliable. She's not dependable. She's not responsible. She's not accountable. She's none of those things. She is not fit. Woman is unfit to raise a dog. So, and this was my order here. The last time I was forced to take my children and drop them off to a stranger and have that stranger introduce them to another stranger and say, "This is MOMMY." What is that? The last time I was forced to do that, this is my paperwork from it right here. And you can see my court date was on November 1st, 2018 at 3:20. That's where it was set up. You can see where my finger is. That's when it was set up. Before you dismissed it because you knew I was finally going to be able to present evidence like I'm doing now, and you was going to get busted for perjuring yourself. You didn't want to get arrested and go to prison. Do you remember that? Wow. Okay, so anyways, this is the speech evaluation, the speech therapy evaluation here that I went to. Which I'm saying, well, let me start over. The only reason the speech therapy was ever mentioned was from me to the doctor.
That's right.
I had the doctor write a prescription to take them for speech therapy evaluation.
Yes.
My request to the doctor wrote me referral to have this done. No doctor told me to do anything. When a child is 2.5 and the doctor says he has the mind of a 1-year-old, what do you want me to go and take him to teach? He's 1 inside. He's broken, he won't speak, he doesn't want to, he's locked up because you left him 3 times. Come on. Anyway, there's 2 routine checkups, both kids in perfectly good health. And that's from their doctor here. And both of these were done on September 10th in 2018. And it was their annual checkup, and they were both given a complete clean bill of health. And those 2, and here's the other speech evaluation thing. And it's just the same. On hers was speech evaluation, and on his was speech evaluation, his urethra being fixed, and toes. Well, hers was speech evaluation and toes. His was speech evaluation, toes, and urethra. So, the toes, the doctor had said I had already fixed. They wouldn't perform the surgery. They were not eligible for them. The dental extractions, they were. I've already had done. The speech therapy, I went to. And then, like I said, she ended up going to school and improved. And I took him to surgery and got the cyst cut out of his head. This side, actually. And he woke up and said, "Doctor, fixing my ears." And he could hear finally. And he could speak better. And he speaks better now. And he hears better now. And he understands what people say now. And I understand what he says now. That the tumor is removed from his head, relieving the pressure on his brain, eliminating the sensory processing disorder that he had and the auditory processing disorder that he had. It's from me. I did this.
That's the point. I did this.
I'm the one that had him fixed. I'm the one that took him to his dental extractions and his surgery. I'm the one that even had his circumcision fixed when they fixed his urethra. The doctor that fixed his urethra fixed his circumcision at the same time. He had 4 bridges that was still connected. 4. There was 4 pieces of skin with 3 gaps of holes in between on the head of his stuff that I had fixed. I had his circumcision fixed. I had his urethra fixed. I did. Not you. Not you. You have never done anything for them in their whole lives. And again, other green paper. This was the first one. So that was the one that you never even went to, and this was the first one that we went to, and the date was set for 9/13/2018 at 1:20. So I hope this one uploads too. That's gonna be crazy. See how this does on YouTube. I don't know. So we'll see. I don't know. These videos are a little bit lengthy. I'm not paying much attention as far as the time. So we're on video number 10. I have to stop the video in my hand. I'm recording so I can start it again. The one in my hand. So I can stop the one on the phone itself. So I can restart the one on the phone itself. So I can record this video number 10. And number 11 is the last one. So I have 2 more to go, and I'm finally done with Group 5, which is YouTube's. Stopping now.